technically when you define Earth as I would look in my I have a American Heritage Cambridge Trust dictionary. It tells me that Earth is actually the body of man. So when you really look at what Earth is and what we are on Earth, then you can have a better understanding of a lot of things, especially the fact that our perspective in this realm is going to change because we are evolving. And because we are evolving, we're actually going to see more. Right? Now, when you open your eyes to more, you have to shed more. Now, a lot of what we're going to shed is dense property and frequency. A lot of the denser frequencies are going to drop because we're going to elevate into higher frequencies. Those dense frequencies, I mean, when you measure them, I mean, they measure actual consciousness the same way they measure hydrogen ion, the same way they measure your pH balance. That's with logarithms. And when you look at dense frequency measured in logarithms, as far as hertz are concerned, as far as, say, 200 or 2,000 hertz, 5,000 hertz, and so forth, you get very what we call negative feelings, what we call regret, what we call pain, what we call tragedy, what we call, a lot of vengeful anger. A lot of those negative forces are actually dense property, dense frequency. And we're going to have to go through, or we went through, and have to let go those particular ideas and thoughts in order to actually move up in frequency. When you understand what hydrogen ion is actually the lightest gas known in frequency. At the same time, it's the most abundant. You start to understand your particular potentials, because what pH balance is your potential hydrogen ion. So when you start to understand your potentials as far as how to elevate, then you understand how fundamental it is to have a balanced pH level in order for you to stand on your square, in order for you to stand in the center so you can move forward. See, a lot of things I can't even explain via the tools we're using to converse at this particular time. Because even at this moment, the way we are connecting is at a dense property. And it's hard to even say on a high level, as far as frequency is concerned, utilizing this kind of mechanism. So a lot of times, a lot of things I do is demonstrate through symbology, through symbols, through illustrating, because I can draw a couple of symbols that can speak a million or so words. And to speak or so words right now, in order for the people to get, one or two symbols.
Wow, that's heavy. I never looked at it like that. As far as the media ways we actually utilize actually hinder our spiritual growth. That's something else right there. But I know definitely we're going to have to really get in tune with nature. From what I'm getting from everybody that I hear that talks about the health and whatnot, we really just got to get in tune with Mother Nature, just going full-fledged natural. And that's all I can see at this point right now, because like you said, with the Nutrix, it really goes into the core. So what I'm getting, the core, the center core, and elevating from that one single point. So
I mean, go ahead.
Go ahead. I was. Yeah, go ahead.
I think of the Nutrix. I think of, as people will look at it in religion, it's a lot of symbology because it's images. When you look at the Virgin Mary and holding Jesus and she's sucking the breast, that's the Nutrix right there. And that's the Nutrix right there when you look at it, because it's flow and left flow. It's she who gives sucks, is to suckle. It's when you look at that, it's an energy. It's an energy, and when you look, I can directly relate it to nature. I can go as far as permaculture and relate the source and products in permaculture to man, because it is when you look at the definition of what the earth is. So if earth is man, then what is spirit?
Good question.
So, people want where we're going, you're going to have to shed a lot to elevate. And man's ceiling is the floor of spirit. So, a lot of things has to be let go. A lot of dense property has to drop in order for man to elevate within his realm into his higher self. A lot of times people delve into a particular property and, they want to elevate into a next property, but not understanding that they're already in the next property. It's actually time to elevate it to a property above that. So, it's hard to explain with words. If I laid it out for you, I can draw it out in diagrams and, as far as forms and angles. Therefore, one can connect immediately with it. But it's really a balance in mind, a balance in your cellular self that can actually give you a sense of knowing intuitively. To be in tune to your ions is intuition. And your ions with your atom, both half of your ions is a complete atom. The atom in Sanskrit is the breath. Complete your breath to balance your ion so you will know intuitively who you are. Intuition is very key. Intuition is very key right now. And a lot of logic is playing a game that's leading half-truth. Because logic is half-truth or retrospect of things. Intuition needs to play part of the role in order for it to be a complete role. But that's just the understanding of protons and neutrons. That's just the understanding of the electromagnetic flow. That's the understanding of the Nutrix and how the flow of three-dimensional atoms. Because then by understanding those particular flows, you can put a lot of things in perspective. You can put earth and water in perspective. You can put light and air in perspective. You can put the ions, as far as the 7 and the 7 ions, as far as Zion connected. You can put the G and the G flat and make a tune, a complete tune. I can take every frequency and match it to a tune that you can find and harmonize on any instrument. I can take every tune and match it to a day. I can take every tune and match it to a planet. As far as dealing with notes, they all agree in frequency. There's not nothing that you see that doesn't connect some way, somehow, that doesn't connect to another thing some way, somehow, that doesn't connect to one thing some way, somehow. Particularly your understanding of flow. Because once you understand flow, then you can stand balanced on your square in the mind of the all. But that's understanding that whatever fades and withers is an illusion. So life is eternal. So this mind that we're in is finite and not infinite. Way to maneuver and understand to elevate. But to maneuver and understand and overstand, you have to be balanced. You have to be balanced within your vessel, within your body, because you live in your body. So that's your life and your world that you must control it, or as your circumference is concerned. As energy is as far as frequency, there is no disconnection amongst men and women. I see myself as all as everyone, looking from the point of the earth.